Hello, people of YouTube land, those that are part of the Cringe Crew community Discord, those that follow Ted and I on Twitch, and those that are listening to this on Spotify or whatever audio medium that you're listening to this to. This is the Cringe Crew Gaming Movie Review Podcast.
He did
And
it!
and I totally didn't slow down because we didn't record these episodes back to back. We totally did not do that. Totally didn't do that.
Nah, totally contrived.
As a matter of fact, what the hell's this hat for? This is totally done on a separate day. But anyway, obviously Halloween, another day, another Halloween classic. So we are doing 1979's Phantasm, which is also a science fiction film, technically. So Phantasm, directed by Don Coscarelli, who also directed not only Phantasm and all of its sequels, there's 5 in total, but he also directed The Beastmaster, Bubba Hotep, and John Dies at the End.
Great film.
Now, Phantasm's not his first movie that he made. He made 2 before that, but Phantasm's kind of the one. I mean, is the one that shit. What was I gonna say? Is the movie that was his breakout directorial role, which was also independently done. It was released in March 28th, 1979, and had a budget of $300,000 and had a box office return of $6.8 million, which is $22 million adjusted for inflation.
Not bad.
And for the $300,000, it was like $1 million. And during that time, adjusted for inflation. So small budget, big return. For the cast, and oddly enough, the cast of this film gets carried over to most of these movies. The only one that it doesn't is the second one. The second movie, they recast Michael, and Jodie does not appear in the second one, but the people that play the tall man is played by Angus Scrimm, who is the villain in this. He's played by Angus Scrimm in all 5 of them. A. Michael Baldwin, who plays Mike Pearson, he plays Mike Pearson in this one, and also 2, 3, and 5. And Reggie Bannister plays Reggie in all 5 of them, and then Bill Thornberry plays Jodie Pearson in all of them except for the second one. And we'll get into development. Originally, this movie was 3 hours long. They had a test screening, and it was viewed negatively, so Don Coscarelli ended up shortening the movie, which the deleted footage from this movie actually appears into the 4th movie for flashback sequences. So that's cool that it eventually did get used, but and most of this funding for this film came part of Don Coscarelli's father, who got a credit as a film producer, and additional funding came from doctors and lawyers that he knew. And his mom designed some of the special effects, costumes, and makeup. And obviously the crew came mainly from stage actor Angus Scrimm, and then the rest of them were just friends of his. And there was also a couple year gap in between filming this due to the fact that Coscarelli ran out of money halfway making this, which also contributed a little bit to the jankiness of this movie. But Coscarelli decided to make that work with his benefit when we get into likes and dislikes and how this movie is structured. But that being said, let's get into the plot of the movie.
No, we're just gonna jump straight into dislikes because it's a very natural springboard. So this is the most forgettable fucking movie I've ever goddamn watched. The moment it ended, I forgot the start and the middle, and once I started to say that I forgot the parts of the movie, then all of a sudden the fucking end disappeared too. We watched this fucking yesterday. I was paying attention, and I couldn't fucking tell you what this goddamn movie was about. The whole fucking thing's confusing. Stahlman explained after we watched the movie that there was some sort of lore and some tangent between all 5 of these fucking movies that makes you understand it, but I'm telling you, I just fucking watched it. I have no goddamn idea what fucking happened in it. Not a single fucking clue. It's so hard for me here to like give likes and dislikes when I don't fucking know. I watched this movie intently and I don't know what fucking happened. Unwatchable fucking garbage. Please, by all means, hit your fucking tangent. Explain the weird tie-ins for all of the plots to all of these movies. However the fuck you explained it yesterday. Because I have no idea what the fuck happened.
Alright, so this movie is about a group of friends that are stopping the tall man, who is, you know, the undertaker of this town, from killing the populace and also taking the dead bodies. And he takes the dead bodies, he crushes them into dwarves so that way they could be slaves on this alien planet. And he has to do this because the planet has intense gravity and intense heat. And he kills people with, like, telekinesis metal balls that drill into people's heads. Or he'll turn into like some sexy lady and stabs the fuck out of horny dudes.
I remember the first stabbing at the very beginning. I don't remember a single ball going through anybody's head from some fucking demon that I'm telling you, I watched this movie intently and I don't fucking remember it, Stahlman. This agitated me so much, not because of the content of the movie, because I've been plenty pissed about dumb shit you've made me watch for this podcast, right? This was dumb. I'm angry at it because I watched it and can't tell you a single goddamn thing about it.
Which I don't wonder. You're the only person that
genuinely. No, I got on the phone with Sushi yesterday after we were done. Like we had some other shit we were talking about, and he's like, "Yeah, normally I just tune Stahlman's movies out and I just play Overwatch instead, right?" He's like, "I watched this one because I was so confused and I don't know either." Like quite truly, this is the most forgettable movie ever because you can forget it as you're fucking watching it. Like I maybe I'm an insane person. Maybe I've accidentally like cancerously fucking spread my insanity to Sushi, but it was at least 2 people who actively watched the movie yesterday who have no fucking idea what happened in the whole goddamn thing.
At least you're not alone in that, but yeah, this movie uses a ton of like dream logic because like this movie fucks around on what's real and what's not consistently throughout this movie, which does lead to like a lot of confusion of like what the hell is happening, which definitely does not, you know, help this movie's case, let alone me describing the plot of the fucking movie. And I will say this, like the 4 other sequels to this, for every answer that for every question that gets answered, there's like 5 more questions that pop up. And it's deliberately done that way, but it's still kind of
it quite truly makes this movie so fucking hard to watch, dude. Like I have no idea what's going on ever. And then the moment I've seen something, I forget it so that I can pay attention to the next whatever the fuck is happening. And then there's no retention of goddamn anything.
I will say that the overarching thing is that there's two basically theories of the events that are going on. Either everything is real, and what the tall man is, you find this out in 4 that he.
But we're in a podcast.
Oh.
It's literally called the Leave Me Alone channel. Anyway.
Anyway, by the way, Bud popped in while we were watching this movie, popped right back out, so...
And I'm telling you, didn't miss anything, because I watched all fucking hour and a half, and I have no idea what the fuck happened.
So, anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Anyway, it's either everything is real, and the tall man is a person that found out a way to travel through alternate realities or parallel universes, and your dreams are you experiencing, another alternative reality or a total alternative universe. So, which is why throughout the series, main characters die and come back, within the middle of like a movie. It just goes to show that there's multiple of each character and like an unlimited amount of tall men. Each of which have like slightly different motivations. Or the entire franchise is a dream of one of the main like 3 characters being Michael, Jody, or Reggie. Which again is interesting in theory, but when you kind of watch things, and if you haven't watched these movies with like multiple viewings, it's hard to follow. And I don't blame Ted for like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, because
genuinely no retention whatsoever.
This movie purposely confusing, but I do think like that is definitely kind of a detriment in this for how confusing the movie is, let alone trying to explain the plot to someone that hasn't seen it before without them thinking like, that sounds really stupid. And you just go like, but it uses dream logic, so it makes sense. They're like, no, that doesn't make any goddamn sense, no matter what if they use dream logic or not. Which is why I didn't tell Ted anything about this movie. I'm just like, yeah, it's a cult classic. The guy that made Beastmaster made this movie.
And even now that you've told me, I still don't fucking get it. There's genuinely no retention whatsoever.
So I guess I'll get into likes, although I don't think Ted has any likes because...
I don't remember them to like anything, so by all means, send it.
This is actually throwing me off more than I thought it would. I'm sorry, I'm just having more of a good time that you're fucking just confused.
Yeah,
I just see like the look of like, because I can't really see him. I just see like his logo, because it's just how
OBS
Discord
is
kind of
dumb.
Yeah, because OBS is dumb, but I can just see the point. I could actually just picture my head, the face of disappointment and frustration,
and honestly, and quite honestly, stress. Like my face almost hurts thinking about. I know I saw it. What did I see? I don't fucking know. Why are you doing this to me? Like it just fuck, dude. What the hell?
And I did pick this to fuck with Ted because I wanted him to explain the plot. I didn't think that he would be this confused and just like retain nothing. So if anything, that gave us at least a little bit of myself some entertainment, even more than I thought I would. But I do like the fact that there's a lot of character development. It does make you care about the characters if you do retain what's going on. Because like the main characters in this movie are very likable. I think Angus Scrim definitely steals the movie. Of course, he should for being the main villain. But like, with just like 4 lines of dialogue, all of them are like said convincingly and just like very, very like intensely and and creepy that it really sets the tone. I do like how the ending double fakes you, as in like the ending is like, oh, it's all a dream. Jodie actually died in a car accident, and this is all just in Michael's, dream. The tall man's not real. And then when he's like packing his things, the tall man pops up, showing that he is very much real at the, at the end of the movie.
But then maybe even that was a fucking dream. Like, God damn it. I hate this so much.
See what I mean? And by the way, these movies pick up right after the previous movie. And it's not like, oh, it's a dream. No, like you see what happens like after he gets like pulled through the fucking mirror. But shit. What's another thing? I also love the soundtrack in this.
A little repetitive, but again, song choice was okay. Like I'm all right with it.
Holy shit, he actually remembered something.
I do remember thinking like halfway through the movie, I was like, man, I feel like the same song has been playing for 18 minutes. And then thinking, what was happening when this song started? Maybe I can gauge that it wasn't 18 minutes. And I didn't fucking know!
I also, despite some of the dialogue being terrible, I do like some of the dialogue, despite it being like very amateurish. Seems like a legit reaction to things, like when the tall man's picking up like the coffin, you see just like Michael just mouthing like, what the fuck? And, like everybody just like throughout this movie, like when some crazy thing just kind of happens, they're just like, what exactly is fucking going on here? Or like when something bad happens, like the reaction's like, whoa, shit. Like, actually the best thing that really describes kind of like how some of the dialogue is, there's a scene where after like this groundskeeper gets killed by one of the floating metal balls that drills in his head, Michael runs into the tall man and he's just like not knowing that he can like explain what's going on, he's just like, oh shit. But I think not just that, there's numerous parts in this movie where they do add some comedic elements in it. And I think that was definitely works out and is definitely intentional. And now I'm drawing a blank because, again, Ted kind of threw me off.
I didn't fucking say a goddamn word this time. Don't you dare attribute this one to me.
But I really like how like there's elements of comedy. The fact that the main characters are very, very likable. I do like some of the special effects that are in this movie, and I also like, for how low of a budget it was, there was a lot of creativity that was put into it. And that being said, that's all I got.
Perfect. We'll get out of here quickly. Thanks as always for watching. I'd love to tell you that I could or couldn't recommend this movie. I don't fucking remember it. As always, you can hop in the Discord. More events, more movies. By the time this airs, we will be done this podcast probably for the year. At least probably until the end of football season.
Yeah.
But we still host events every once in a while, so you can be sure to check that out. You can also check out the rest of the YouTube for all kinds of other content. Obviously, there's gaming content. We're Cringe Crew Gaming. Duh. You can also check us both out on Twitch for the gaming content. Stahlman at Traductus, myself at Ted Green Eagles. But the rest of the YouTube channel also hosts our football podcast, Mike's music podcast, when he gets his shit together and actually posts them. All kinds of fun stuff, so you can check that one out. As well as the rest of the movie podcast. But anyway, thanks for watching this one, despite all my fucking confusion and contribution of exactly fucking nothing. And then that'll wrap us up for this one. So appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll see you next time.
See ya.